Well, good morning. This is Kemp Blaylock with SDG Replays coming to you live this morning from a cold but slightly overcast North Carolina this morning, the day after Christmas. I hope everyone had a blessed Christmas celebration and are continuing to remember the birth of Jesus Christ, our Savior. And I'm looking forward to this morning doing some Saturday morning baseball. We're going to continue in what I have titled the Dumpster Fire Invitational. It is a 16-team tournament of the bottom 16 teams from the 1979 season. And we are now into the final four, the last four teams standing. And let's take a look at who we got left in this tournament. You see that we have the New York Mets facing off against the Minnesota Twins. That series is tied up 1-1, one game apiece. The last game was a 15-inning win by the New York Mets, who scored 14 runs in the 14th inning. They scored 4 runs and then closed out that game and tied it up 1-1. I rolled my own dice for that, which I will be doing today. And it seems that when I roll dice, I tend to roll some extra inning games. I've already had an 18-inning game rolling my own dice. Today we're going to be going into the second game in the set. These are best of sevens against the Seattle Mariners and the San Francisco Giants. Interesting thing about this tournament is, if you look at our brackets, Minnesota is the highest seed at a 6th seed. New York was seeded 14th out of 16 teams, and Seattle and San Francisco 12 and 10, respectively. And so this tournament has not gone according to chalk. Don't chalk this tournament in, as we are into the final four. We're into this game between Seattle and San Francisco this morning. So let's go ahead and get into it. Just set my lineups. And we're ready to go. A little music in the background. Today's game, we're going to see Floyd Bannister pitching for the Mariners. He's pitched 2 games in this tournament, 16 innings pitched with a 1.13 ERA, so he's pitched very well in this tournament. He's 2-0. Bob Nepper will step to the mound for the Giants, who's pitched 3 complete games with a 2.21 earned run average and 2-0 for the tournament. So both these pitchers are pitching well, so this should be a tight contest as we go into the game. So we're live from San Francisco. Again, Bob Nepper will be on the mound. Let me do something here. What I'm going to be doing is I will be rolling the dice, but it's going to be off camera. So you'll just have to trust me. I have no dogs in the fight in this game, so we're just good to go. Just trust my rolls. I have no biases here. So Nepper toes the rubber. Here's the first pitch. This hits sharply to short. Madlock up with it for the 4-3 putout, but we got to check with the ump. Has he beat it out? And he's safe. So Julio Cruz beats out the slow roller to Bill Madlock. And we have a runner on first, which brings up Rupert Jones to the plate. Jones is batting .310 with 7 RBIs during this tournament. Batted .267 during the regular season. Jones lifts one into right field. Jack Clark underneath it for out number 1. That'll keep Cruz on first. 1 out, man on first. And Bruce Bochy comes to the plate, batting .355 with 3 RBIs during this tournament as Cruz remains on first. Here's the pitch. And it's a line drive single into center field. There will be an error check on North as he's hit it sharply. And it is an error that will move Cruz over to third. So with 1 out, we have runners on second and third. And that will be an E8 that allows an extra base for North in center field.
1 out, men on second and third.
So runners in scoring position with Leon Roberts coming to the plate. Roberts has not hit well during this tournament. He's 30 at-bats, only 5 hits for a 167 average, no RBIs. Can he get the job done in this situation, though? It's a rare play check. Here's my rare play die. It's a dribbler to the mound. Pitcher tries to retire runner of his choice. And we're going to try to get the lead runner. And there's the roll of the die. And he does not get the runner. So that will score Cruz from third. Bochy will move to third as Roberts is on first.
1 out, men on first and third.
Too much speed on the base pass so far for the Mariners. As Dan Meyer steps to the plate, batting .357 with 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch. And it's hit to short. LeMaster up with it. They're going to try to turn 2. Will roll against Bill Madlock as the pivot man. And he's safe. He does not get him. So that will score Bochy from third as Roberts out at second. But Myers makes it to first for out number 2. But 2 runs across so far for the Mariners here in the top of the first.
2 outs, men on first.
As Masoric comes to the plate, toes the rubber. Knepper's trying to stop the bleeding as Pasoric steps in. Here's the pitch. It's a single off the pitcher's glove. Possible error. It is another error that will move Meyer to third and Pasoric an extra base, a 1-base error, as we got runners on second and third again. With 2 errors already committed in the first inning by the Giants. So Larry Cox steps to the plate, batting .250 for this tournament. Here's the pitch. It's a fly out to left field to end the inning, but not after 2 runs come across on 4 hits and 2 errors. 2 left on as we go to the bottom of the first. That'll bring Bill North to the plate, facing Floyd Bannister. North digs in. Here's the pitch. Single to left field as it drops in front of Pastoric in left field. So a leadoff single by North.
Man on first.
North will look to steal. And he does steal second without a roll.
No outs. Man on second.
So we have a runner on second. North will attempt to steal third. This time there will be a dice roll. They will hold North on second.
No outs. Man on second.
Thought that was getting a bit greedy to be with no outs. As Terry Whitfield steps in, batting .222 for this tournament with 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Whitfield. It's a fly out to center field that will hold North at second.
1 out. Man on second.
1 out. North still standing on second as Jack Clark steps to the plate, batting .212 with 7 RBIs during this tournament. Bannister delivers. Here's the pitch from Bannister. It's going to be a range check on Jones. Will he get to it? He does indeed. He gets it off the shoe tops for out number 3.
And 1 left on.
As we go to the top of the second with the Mariners up 2-0. Mario Mendoza steps to the plate, batting .167 during this tournament. Here's the pitch from Nepper. Mendoza swings, and he misses. Strikeout as he takes the walk of shame back to the dugout.
It's empty.
That'll bring the pitcher Bannister to the plate. This should be a attempt in futility as Nepper pitches to his counterpart. Bannister does get bat on ball, but he lifts it into center field for out number 2.
2 outs. Base is empty.
That'll bring up Julio Cruz back to the plate. He singled his first time up as Nepper looks to get out of this inning with no runs coming across. Here's the pitch to Cruz. Pitch is delivered. Short fly to right field. Clark settles under it easily for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. So we go to the bottom of the second. Mariners still up 2-0. Bill Madlock stepping to the plate, batting .318 for this tournament with 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Bannister as Madlock digs in. And he hits a fly ball into left field. Pastoric underneath it for the F7 put out for out number 1.
Base is empty.
That'll bring Mike Ivy to the plate. Ivy batting .333 with 10 RBIs during this tournament with 4 home runs. So he's swinging a big bat. Floyd Bannister will deliver. Here's the pitch from Bannister. It's lifted into right field. It's a looping drive to right field. Roberts running to catch it, and he does for out number 2. So he makes the diving catch in right field for the F9 put out. We'll bring Johnny LeMaster to the plate, batting .318 with 5 RBIs and 1 home run in this tournament. Here's the pitch from Bannister. It's hit back to Bannister at first, over to,
Nothing doing this half inning.
excuse me, at the pitcher over to first for the 1-3 put out.
Top of the third.
And we go to the top of the third with the Mariners still up 2-0. With Rupert Jones stepping up to the plate, he lined out to right field his first time up. Nepper with the pitch. Jones hits a liner to short. Madlock stabs it out of the air for out number 1 with the L line out to second base. The L4 put out. As I take a sip of coffee.
1 out, base is empty.
That'll bring Bruce Bochy back to the plate. He singled his first time up. Here is the pitch. And he walks, and Bochy gets a free walk to first. As he gets the free pass,
1 out, man on
Nepper toes the rubber, takes a deep sigh, not wanting to let a runner on base. Infield at double play depth as Leon Roberts steps up. He singled his last time up. Here is the pitch. It's hit to LeMaster at short. It's off his glove as it's hit too sharply as it trickles into left center field. So with 1 out, we have 2 on. Roberts and Bochy on base pass as Dan Meyer steps to the plate. He grounded out to short his last time up. Nepper digs in, delivers the pitch. It's a ballpark check. It's a hit well. Where will it go? As he's hit it well. He's hit it hard. He's hit it deep. And it is going, and it is gone as Dan Meyer has taken Nepper's offer and put it in the left field seats. Our score now is 5-0 Mariners.
1 out, base is empty.
So it was a bases clearing home run by Dan Meyer as he drove in 2 plus himself for a Mariners 5-0 lead. As Tom Pasork steps up to the plate, he singled his last time up. Here's the pitch. From Nepper. Ground ball to second. Over to first for the 4-3 put out for out number 2.
2 outs, base is empty.
As Larry Cox steps up to the plate, he flew out to left field his last time up. Nepper toes the rubber and delivers. This flew into left field. That's a looping drive to left field. Whitfield's on his bicycle. He's trying to get to it. Will he be able to reach it? He does, as he makes the diving catch for out number 3. But not after 3 more runs come across for a 5-0 Mariner lead.
Bottom of the third.
That'll bring up Dennis Littlejohn to the plate for the Giants, batting .214 for this tournament. Bannister still pitching well. Here's the pitch to Littlejohn. As Littlejohn digs in, and he strikes him out. As Littlejohn takes the walk of shame back to the dugout.
1 out, base is empty.
That is Bannister's second strikeout of the game, as his counterpart Nepper steps to the plate. Here's the pitch to Nepper. And he walks his counterpart. Nepper takes a free pass. Bannister can be seen muttering under his breath as he looks over at Nepper, standing grinning on first base.
1 out, men on first.
Nepper on first as Bill North steps up. North singled his last time up. Here's the pitch to North as North digs in. It's a looping drive to left field. Posorchik chasing after it. Can he get it? And he does as he makes the shoe top grab for out number 2. That will keep Nepper on first. 2 outs, 1 man on. Terry Whitfield steps to plate with a fly out to center field his last time up. As Bannister toes the rubber, Whitfield steps into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. And he strikes him out as Whitfield goes back to the dugout as we go to the top of the 4th with the Mariners up 5-0. Nepper still in for the Giants. 5 runs across for the Mariners as Mario Mendoza steps to the plate. He struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch from Nepper. Mendoza takes a hack at it and misses for his second strikeout as he goes back to the dugout, head hung low. That'll bring Floyd Bannister to the plate. And since Bannister, we'll just let him swing away. He probably doesn't bunt any better. So here's the pitch to Bannister. Bannister takes a swing at it, and he flies it into center field. Bill North settles under it easily for out number 2.
2 outs, base is empty.
I'll bring Julio Cruz back to the plate. He's 1 for 2 for today with a single and a fly out to right field. Nepper toes the rubber. Cruz steps in. Here's the pitch. It's hit sharply to third. Possible infield single as it's going to be a little bit of trouble for Evans. And he's safe as Cruz beats out the throw from Evans. And he's on first with 2 outs.
Man on first.
Nepper looks over at Cruz to hold him on as Jones steps up to the plate. Jones 0 for 2 for today. He's lined out both times. He's hitting the ball well, but just at the opposing team. He steps in. Here's the pitch. It's hit to second. Over to first for the 4-3 putout to end the top of the 4th. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, the Mariners up 5-0. Jack Clark stepping to the plate. He struck out his first time up. Clark hopes to get something going here as Bannister toes the rubber. Here's the pitch. It's a single to left field as it drops in front of Posorchik for a leadoff single for Clark.
No outs, man on first.
As Clark will look to steal. And he is gone, and he is safe at second as he beats the throw to put himself in scoring position for Darrell Evans as Evans steps to the plate. Evans again batting 178. He flew out to center field his first time up. Here's the pitch. It's hit to short. And they swing the double play. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay.
1 out, man on second.
How can you swing a double play when I have a man on no man on first. Bill Madlock steps up. He flew out to left field his first time, so with one out, Clark on second. Madlock digs in. Here's the pitch from Bannister. So pop out to second base. For out number 2, Clark stays on second.
2 outs, man on second.
As Ivy steps up. Ivy's swinging a heavy bat, but he flew out to right field his first time up, as Clark takes a short lead off second. Bannister toes the rubber as Ivy steps in. Here's the pitch to Ivy. And he struck him out to end the inning, and we go to the 5th.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
With the Mariners still leading 5-0. Top of the 5th. As Bruce Bochy steps to the plate. He's singled and walked in his 2 plate appearances today. He's batting .375 for the tournament. Here's the pitch from Nepper. As Bochy steps in. He's flew it into right field. Jack Clark settles underneath it for out number 1 with the F9 put out. As Leon Roberts steps to the plate. Roberts is 2 for 2 today with 2 singles as he's coming out of his hitting slump. Roberts steps in. Here's the pitch from Nepper. And it's a home run over the outfield screen as Leon Roberts is red hot. And another run comes across for the Mariners as they take a 6-0 lead as they are just hammering Bob Nepper. And I believe that's going to be all for Nepper. Yep. Nepper's seen the last of his days. See, I've got all right-handers coming up. We'll bring in Greg Menton's going to come in for the Giants as Nepper has seen the better days. As now Dan Meyer steps in. He home run, drove 3 in his last time up as Menton steps in. Here's the pitch to Meyer. It's a ground ball to third. Evans up with it over to first for the 5-3 put out as Ivy tags the bag.
2 outs, base is empty.
As Tom Pisoric comes back to the plate. He's 1 for 2 for the day. The single and a ground out to second. Pisoric steps in. Menton to the belt. Here's the pitch. It's hit to center field. It's a line drive towards the gap. Can North get to it? He cannot. As he doubles into center field as it's dust beyond his reach. And it goes to the wall. And Menton is allowed Pisoric to make it to second. With 2 outs, Larry Cox to the plate. He's flown out twice as Pisoric will be going on contact. Here's the pitch to Cox. And he struck him out to end the inning. The top of the 5th, but 1 run comes across on the home run by Roberts. As the score is now 6-0 Mariners. Bottom of the 5th, Lemaster steps to the plate. Grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. Here's the pitch to Lemaster. Bannister delivers. The Masters hit it into center field. Will it drop for a hit? It will not. As he flew out to center field, as Jones made the play easily, Dennis Littlejohn steps to the plate. He struck out his first time up. Bannister to the belt. Littlejohn stepping into it. And he watches ball 4 go by as he checks his swing and takes the free pass to first base.
1 out, men on first.
That'll bring Minton to the plate. I think in this situation, we're going to let Minton try to lay down a bunt. And let's see what happens.
He's going to lay down a bunt.
And he popped it out. He would have probably
2 outs.
flew out or grounded out anyhow. So that's what you get when you got a pitcher trying to bunt. Bill North steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 for today with a single and a flew out to left field as Littlejohn on first. 2 outs, trailing 6-0. Here's the hit and the pitch. And he struck him out. No hit there as he went down swinging. And Bill North runs back to the dugout to get his glove. As we go to the top of the 6th with the Mariners up 6-0. Greg Minton on the mound for the Giants as Mario Mendoza steps in. Mendoza struck out twice today as Minton goes to the belt. Here's the pitch. Hit into left field, a looping drive to center field. North's on his bicycle trying to get to it. Can he get to it? He cannot. It's a single to center field. It drops just in front of North for a leadoff hit for Mendoza. Now to bring Bannister to the plate. And Bannister will try to lay down the sacrifice bunt.
He's going to lay down a bunt.
And he does indeed lay down the bunt, but it was a fielder's choice. And they get Mendoza at second. So he did not accomplish the task he wanted to move the runner over. But he is standing on first with 1 out. And Julio Cruz stepping to the plate. Cruz is 2 for 3 for the day with 2 singles. Here's the pitch from Minton. To Cruz. He pops it out to third base as Evans makes the easy play. Bannister remains on first with Rupert Jones coming to the plate. Jones is 0 for 3 for today. He steps in. Minton delivers. Here's the pitch. He pops it up to second for the 3rd out as Matlock makes the play easily at second for the P4 putout. As we go to the bottom of the 6th with the Mariners still up 6-0. Terry Whitfield steps to the plate 0 for 2 for today as Bannister looks to continue the shutout he's got going so far, and I probably just jinxed him. Here's the pitch to Whitfield. It's a double to right field as it gets beyond Roberts' reach, and Whitfield safely on with a double.
No outs, men on second.
So Whitfield's standing on second with no outs as Jack Clark steps to the plate. Clark is 1 for 2 with a single. He singled his last time up. Clark steps in. Bannister to the belt as he delivers. It's a double to right field, and that will bring a run across for the Giants as they have something going here in the bottom of the sixth. No outs. Clark standing on second as Darrell Evans comes to the plate. Evans 0 for 2 for today as Bannister takes a deep breath, steps off the rubber to collect his composure, steps back on and brings the pitch. And he walks Evans. So with no outs, we have runners on first and second.
No outs, men on first and second.
As Larry Cox walks out to the mound to calm down his pitcher. So you've got this game. We're still up 5-0. 5 runs to. We have that lead to 6-1 as Madlock steps in. Larry Cox back behind the plate as Bannister delivers. Here's the pitch. And he walks Madlock. That little pep talk didn't seem to do the trick as we've got the bases juiced here with no outs in the bottom of the sixth.
Bases loaded.
As Mike Ivey, the dangerous Mike Ivey, steps to the plate with 10 RBIs across for this tournament. Ivey digs in. Here's the pitch from Bannister. It's a fly out to left field, but that will score Clark. As another run comes across here in the bottom of the sixth.
1 out, men on first and second.
So with 1 out, we have runners on first and second with our score 6-2 as Johnny LeMaster steps to the plate. Bannister brings the pitch to LeMaster. It's hit to Meyer. Possible double play as they get the force at second. Can Julio Cruz make the pivot? And he does not. Madlock was out at second, but LeMaster does make it to first.
Men on first and third.
So we got runners on the corners. And Dennis Littlejohn stepping to the plate. Littlejohn walked his last time up. As he steps in, here is the pitch from Bannister. And he strikes him out to end the inning, but not after 2 runs come across
2 hits.
on 2 hits. As their score now is 6-2 Mariners as we go to the top of the 7th. And Bruce Botsky stepping to the plate. Botsky's 1 hit and a walk in his 3 plate appearances today as Minton looks to close out this inning. This is probably going to be his last. It's a line drive single into center field. There will be an error check on North. No error as he holds Botsky at first.
No outs, men on first.
Minton pitching to the red-hot Leon Roberts, who's 3 for 3 today with a home run and 2 singles. Here's a pitch to Roberts. Ground ball to third. They get the force at second, but Roberts does make it to first. So the fielder's choice
1 out, men on first.
allows Roberts to make it to first as they got Botsky at second. 1 out. Dan Meyer stepping to the plate. Meyer had a 3-run home run in one of his plate appearances today. Here is the pitch from Minton. Line drive single to Whitfield. Possible error on Whitfield. He may have booted it. It is an error that allows Roberts over to third and Meyer safely on second with the one base error.
Men on second and third.
It's a single plus an error, as Minton is now fatigued, looking just to get out of this inning. As Pasorczyk steps in, he doubled his last time up. He's 2 for 3 for today. Here's the pitch from Minton. All right. This could be ugly. So we roll the blue die. It's a single to right field, which will score Roberts. And we'll try to score from third. Let's try to pile it on. We'll try to get him at home. And he's safe. That roll of one just done him in. No hope. As another run comes across for an 8-2 Seattle lead. And that's going to be all for Minton. Just going to go with the better pitcher. Let's go with Dave Roberts will come in. As Larry Cox steps to the plate, he is 0 for 3 for today. As Pasorczyk is on first, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ballpark effect. Can they get to it in left field? And he does. Short fly out to left field. Whitfield on his bicycle to get under it, but he does. As Mario Mendoza steps to the plate. He singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3 for today. Here's the pitch from Roberts. Mendoza stepping in. Ground ball to first. Ivy up with it. Tosses it to Roberts covering first for the 3-1 put out. As Seattle is up 8-2. As the pitcher steps up. That's going to be all for Dave Roberts. As Willie McCovey will come to the plate. Old man Willie to the plate as Floyd Bannister looks to continue this strong pitching outing. Here's the pitch to McCovey. Rare play check. And will it be a foul out or just a foul? It's a foul out to third base as Meyer ranges under it for out number 1. As Bill North steps back to the plate. North is 1 for 3 for today with a single. As Bannister steps in, delivers the pitch. It's a foul out to second base as Cruz ranges down the first base line and makes the grab for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. As Terry Whitfield comes to plate, Whitfield doubled his last plate appearance. Can he get a rally going for the Giants here in the bottom of the 7th? Here's the pitch from Bannister. Whitfield takes the free pass down to first as Bannister issues the walk. That will be the 5th walk by Bannister today against 6 strikeouts. He's allowed a lot of free passes today, but has pitched himself out of those situations as Jack Clark steps up. He's 2 for 3 for today with a double and a single. Here's the pitch to Whitfield. It's a single to left field. Pasoric playing it. Whitfield will move all the way over to third.
2 outs, men on first and third.
We got 2 outs and runners on the corner. Bannister is tiring. Here's the pitch to Evans, who's hitless for today. He did walk his last plate appearance. Here's the pitch to Evans. Bannister looking to get out of this situation. And he strikes him out to end the inning and pitch himself out of that little spot there.
2 left on. Top of the 8th.
As we go to the top of the 8th, Bannister to the plate. That's going to be it for him today, as he's pitched a great game. First, let's get a new pitcher in here. Bring in Gary Lavelle. And Bannister will go to the bench now. Joe Simpson will come to the plate for the Mariners. In this tournament, Simpson is 2 for 3, so he's swung the bat well in his pinch hitting appearances, as Lavelle is 1-0 with 1 save. He's pitched well with a 3.12 ERA. Simpson digs in. Here's the pitch from Lavelle. It's a ground out to the pitcher over to first for the 1-3 put out for out number 1. That'll bring Julio Cruz back to the plate. 2 for 4 for today. 2 singles. Julio Cruz digs in. Here's the pitch from Lavelle. And he strikes him out. Lavelle's coming in and getting the job done so far.
2 outs, base is empty.
2 outs. Rupert Jones to the plate. Jones hitless again on the day. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out. As we go to the bottom of the 8th. We'll need a new pitcher for the Mariners.
Bottom of the 8th.
This means Shane Raleigh in to pitch against Matlock. Raleigh with 2 saves during this tournament. Pitching well. Here's the pitch to Matlock. Pops him up to second base for the P4 put out. Out number 1. That'll bring Mike Ivy to the plate. Ivy so far hitless on the day. He did drive in a run on a sacrifice fly his last time up. Raleigh toes the rubber. Here's the pitch. As it's a looping drive to right field. Leon Roberts trying to get to it. Can he get to it? He's on his bicycle, and he does. Roberts makes the play in right field for out number 2.
2 outs, base is empty.
That'll bring LeMaster to the plate, who is hitless for today. You'd think he would get off the snide. Here's the pitch. It's hit sharply into left field, but right to Pasoric. 3 up, 3 down.
Top of the 9th.
So we go to the top of the ninth. Lavelle still on the mound. Botsky on the plate. Botsky with 2 hits and a walk in his 4 plate appearances. Here's the pitch. And Lavelle delivers. Ground ball to third. Over to first to Ivy for the 5-3 put out for out number 1. That's going to bring up Leon Roberts, who has been swinging the bat today. He's 3 for 4 with a home run and 2 singles. And he's driven in 2 runs himself. Here's the pitch to Roberts from Lavelle. And Roberts will take the free walk to first as Lavelle pitched cautiously around the hot-hitting Roberts. They'll bring Meyer back to the plate. Meyer's swinging the bat well himself with a 3-run shot himself in this game as Roberts is on first. Meyer steps in. Here's the pitch from Lavelle. Will be a ballpark effect. It's been hit into left field. Will it drop in for a hit? As it's hit sharply. It's dribbled in front of the catcher. And he cannot get to it.
2 outs, man on first.
As Meyer makes it down to first. Almost like a sacrifice bunt, but it got him on. And that brings Pasoric to the plate, who's 3 for 4 today with 2 RBIs. Here's Lavelle with the pitch. Here's the pitch from Lavelle. Hit to Matlock at short, at second. But it's off his glove into right field. As Pasoric has safely hit 4 times today. As Larry Cox steps to the plate with 2 on. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Evans up with it. Over to first. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. With the Mariners up 8-2. This has got to be a big inning for the Giants, or this game's over for them. Little John stepping to the plate, and we're going to pinch hit for Little John. See if we can get a bigger and better bat in there. And we'll bring in Metzger. He is a switch hitter. We'll bring in Roger Metzger, who's not hit well in this tournament, but maybe he's due. As the pitch is delivered to Metzger from Raleigh. It's hit to short. Mendoza up with it over to first for the 6-3 put out for out number 1. That'll bring Lavelle up, and we will pitch hit for Lavelle. And let's bring up Rob Andrews, pinch hitting for Lavelle. Shane Raleigh stepping up. Here's the pitch to Andrews. And he gives Andrews a free pass as we put a runner on with 1 out.
1 out, man on first.
Bill North stepping to the plate. Andrews looking to steal. As he takes off. Possible balk. Him being over there is kind of thrown Raleigh off. It is a balk. So now the runner in scoring position with 2 outs. North stepping in. As Raleigh bears down and strikes him out as North goes back to the dugout. Head hung low. Walk of shame.
2 outs, man on second.
As Terry Whitfield steps up, batting .238. Probably don't have any better hitting option than what we've got right now. So here's the pitch to Whitfield. What will he do with it? Raleigh delivers. And he strikes him out. And that's our games, folks. As the Mariners have took a beating to the Giants. Bannister will get the win to go 3-0. And that's our final. And looks like the Mariners are going to take a 2-0 lead in this best-of-7 series. Let's just take a look at the replay daily. As the other game was the one with more highlights. Let's go back and look at the box score from that game. 8-2. Bannister pitched well. I was wanting to take a look at his pitching. Yeah, Bannister pitched 7 innings, allowed 5 hits and 2 runs, 1.57 ERA. He struck out 7, walked 5. That's the only drawback. Nepper, who took the loss, pitched 4 1/3 with 8 hits and 6 runs. 5 of those earned. 1 balk. But a great game by the Mariners to go up 2-0. I hope you enjoyed it, as we will continue this tournament until we get 1 team standing. So that's it for today, though, as we close this game out. I hope you'll enjoy the day, this Saturday that God has given us. Have a great day. Soli Deo Gloria.